All right, we got this chef special. I seen a chef special at Erewhon. I mostly just needed some raw milk because I was only intending on filming a little raw and some protein powder, little smoothie to show you guys what I'm eating for breakfast. But I was trying to see if they got some eggs. Like sometimes they have just scrambled eggs for breakfast. I guess not at this location, but they did have something that stood out to me. That's this. It don't really have a name. It's just, it said chef special. And I asked the chick what it was. She told me, damn, it's $10 though. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, that's Erewhon prices, to be real. Anyways, I asked her what it was made of. Obviously, it has egg. She told me that it's whipped egg. Like, this is like kind of like hard, like kind of crusty. I might have to tell Courtney Luna about this. I might have to let her know about that. And she said there's a baked egg inside. So this yolk is like, bro, this looking crusty is interesting. And it's got some Parmesan cheese and some chives. And everything's organic in it, of course. So this is kind of interesting. I'm gonna snap a pic real quick. This is kind of interesting. I've never eaten anything quite like this before. It sort of looks like a Mexican sweetbread, to be honest. Let's see how it goes. It's almost got the density of like Cheeto Puffs. Like it kind of smells like a Cheeto Puff too, but like better. It smells real. The Parmesan smells pretty good. It's airy and eggy. So that outer harder, it's not hard, but that more substantial, robust outer layer, it hides some of the egg whites that are inside. So I guess it was all egg white, but when it baked or whatever, it probably puffed up and it browned a little bit. So that's why the egg mostly looks like yellow brown, even on the whites. Very interesting. Very interesting to see how this looks. I'm trying to preserve that egg yolk right there. Trying to make sure I don't make a huge mess with it. That just goes to show you how spoiled we are here. In Santa Monica, we got options like these. I could have went to the farmer's market in Venice this morning. Got that option. It's right by the beach. Right by the water. I didn't get up early enough to go out there and stuff, but actually I could have. But then I wouldn't have had time to come here. I wouldn't have been able to show you all this extravagant breakfast. Didn't mean to do that at first. It reminds me a little bit of popped corn. It's got kind of like a corny like texture. See how pillowy it looks in there? Look at how pillowy that looks. Very interesting. Not super filling, but I mean, it's made of eggs. It's got egg whites, so it's got the protein in it. Sends the Parmesan cheese kind of flying, though. I'm about to get my car detailed today anyways. Not a big deal. It's not super crispy on the bottom. I don't know if that's what they were going for, or if at some point when they were like fresh, that they were crispy like that. But it's not an unpleasant texture. It's got like the, if you ever fry eggs, at the edge, sometimes if a little tiny thin piece of white gets cooked really hard. I wouldn't say it's crunchy by any means, but it's a little bit tender, but you could tell that it's not just like soft, mushy egg white. It's been stiffened a little bit. We got to tell Miss Luna about that. She got this cookbook. I think her cookbook's complete. It's just getting formatted and all this other stuff. So I think she has all the recipes done. I can't quite remember. I'm gonna have to put y'all like right here. That's all right. So we got some eggs. Oh, I sucked one of these eggs out. So we got 3 eggs. They're pretty big schlonkers, man. I'm not gonna lie, these are some good sized schlonkers. So what I'm gonna do, I was thinking about this a couple days ago, like, yo, I haven't had a protein shake in a while. And when I do it, it always ends up kind of messed up with like the powder all near the top and stuff like that. And I think it's because I put the powder, or it clumps up at the bottom. That's the worst, because I can't really shake that loose, or I can't scrape that loose. I think it, okay, just making sure. I think it comes down to mixing the eggs in with the milk first. You know what I mean? Like stirring all that up. If I could actually blend, I would have some liver added in here. I got to be careful when I crack the eggs on my console right here, because I'm not trying to get a bunch of egg whites just all over my center here. Just some eggs. Here we go. We're about to put the eggs right up in there. All right, we got 3 of them. That's all I have for today. So I'm gonna mix that with some raw milk. That egg whites is good. Mix that with some raw milk that I just got from the Erewhon as well. That's why I came here and to use the bathroom. I wanted to use the bathroom. I'll maybe do, I don't know, what is that, like 7 ounces? Actually, no, that's more than that. That's like 10 ounces. Let's make it like a 16 ouncer. Oh, I guess as far as milk goes, I probably didn't put that many ounces. It's because the egg whites have quite a bit of volume when you got 3 eggs in there. So, let's see, how many mils we at? Where the hell is the measurement at? We're at like 450-ish mils, so that's like, I don't know, 14.5 ounces. But I would say probably about 11 and a half of those is actual milk. So only like 300 mils is actually milk, and then the other quarter or so is from the egg white. All right, let's get this rolling here. So we start to mix it up a little bit. I ain't got no raw honey with me. Not that I really wanted any raw honey right now. I mostly just want a little bit of fat and some protein, which is exactly what this is. It got some organs as well. This is a pretty good product that I like to use. It's by Paleo Pro. It's their carnivore complete blend. So that means that it includes some organs, and it actually has some straight up beef fat in it, as opposed to just their other protein powder. What a beautiful color that turns. If you ever mix milk with eggs, it makes a beautiful color that you could just slurp right up. So the normal protein powder is just powder, a little bit of flavoring, a little bit of, I think, sunflower lecithin, so that it's like a binder, I believe. And then this has a way different macro ratio, so be aware of that. It's not just protein. It's got about 1-to-1 protein to fat ratio. So that means by calorie wise, you're getting about a little over 2 times the calories from fat than from protein. So just be aware of that. You know what I mean? I want you to make informed choices. And that's because the main ingredient here is beef tallow. We got beef bone broth powder in there, so that provides a lot of the protein. We got egg white protein. That's what they normally have, cage-free egg white protein. And the bone protein, collagen protein, is from grass-fed beef, of course. Then we got some cocoa powder, everyone's favorite ingredient. Yeah, I know, natural flavors. We love natural flavors as a society. We got powdered beef organ blend, which is liver, kidney, heart, spleen, pancreas. And then for the sweetener, they always use a monk fruit extract, which isn't so bad. I do think it's overused in certain products, and it's definitely like an overused thing when it comes to, or I won't say overused thing, I shouldn't say that, but it's a heavily used thing when it comes to like the keto space, the keto foods. If we want some drinks sweetened, a lot of times they'll use stevia, and then there's like a whole anti-stevia keto group. you want to call it that, community. And so they'll prefer things like monk fruit extract. And then the ones who came to the real side were like, you know what, bro? Just put the honey back in it. Just put the honey back in it, bro. You want it sweet? Put the fucking honey back in it. Ain't nothing wrong with honey. I don't know why we demonize honey. We let the vegans tell us, yo, we got to save the bees, stop eating honey, or whatever the hell they was preaching. It's like, just do you, man. Just put the honey back. Because I looked at raw paleo diet for a while. I did look at that diet to see what was going on there. I mean, sorry, paleo diet, not raw paleo. Raw paleo is a lot more like what not far off from what I'm doing. I do eat some cooked starches and some cooked noodles, so that's a lie. And I think these powders are not actually it's ironic that it says paleo. It's the name of the company, Paleo Pro. But the Paleolithic era ain't seen no fucking natural flavors as an ingredient. Let me tell you that. So, I don't know how paleo it actually is, but y'all get what I'm saying. When I started looking at paleo again, honey was the main sweetener, or it would be like organic date syrup or something. Like a lot of times date syrup gets used. I don't know if it's for like a lower glycemic index. I don't know if agave was not able to be used because maybe it wasn't like a popularly harvested plant or cultivated plant in the Paleolithic era. Maybe that's more like a modern world thing. See how some of the protein gets stuck on the side? I gotta just flip this shit over and shake it. Don't break it. Took your mama 9 months to make it. Okay, still a little bit like that. So what I'll do a lot of times, if it's near the top, I'll basically just like, I don't want to say rim it. That sounds a little sus. But basically I'll just swipe the inner walls here with my, you know what? I'm just going to stop talking. I'm just going to show you what I'm doing. It's still kind of powdery. It's honestly still kind of powdery. I could probably mix this up a lot more. Yep, really taste that pancreas. I'm just kidding. You don't taste the organs of this, like at all. Part of why it's very clumpy, as opposed to the regular protein powder, is the tallow. So the high fat content makes it a little more sticky. Makes it a little more congealed. And so it's easier to clump up. That's just what I've noticed in my experience. Especially given that normally I just eat or drink pure water with the protein powder. Oftentimes that's how I'm enjoying it. So I know how this protein powder reacts with certain other things. Rather, I know how it works by itself, so I can understand how it's going to work with other things. When I mix it with milk, it's a little smoother. Just got to blend it better. See if any bartender skills come out here. Probably not. I'm not a bartender. But I see them do this shit all the time. And I got to imagine if everyone's doing it like that, it looks so silly. It's got to be the right way to fucking mix it. It's got to be. I see them do it with the elbow. Just like, it's like you're elbowing something. I don't know. I'm having fun with this. Let's drink it up. Still got some, look at all this shit. This is powder. I mean, I'm a rookie at this, I guess. That's what that means. I'm an amateur. Otherwise, this would have got blended way better. Way better, buddy. Okay, let's do it. And when I tell you don't really feel the eggs, you really don't. So, if you don't want to just suck raw eggs out of the thing like I do, but you're curious about this because it's really good for you. Eggs, they digest so easily in your stomach. It's crazy how easily they digest, especially with some raw milk. That if you try this, it tastes really good. You want to sweeten it more, you can use honey. It tastes better than any Nesquik. When I was a kid, like, Nesquik used to taste so bomb. This shit tastes better than any Nesquik, real talk. And it's good for you. I probably just packed, like, 3 eggs, 3 big eggs. They probably got, like, 7 grams each, so the milk's got about 10 grams per the amount that, no, it's got about 14 grams the amount that I put. I just got like 50 grams of protein up in this shit. Like, literally, I just got like 55 grams of protein. Really quickly, easily digestible. It's gonna keep me full for a good while until I go have dinner later. Like, I'm just saying, you get yourself used to this. You consume the eggs in this way, and then maybe eventually you realize I don't even need the vehicle of the milk, or the vehicle of the or the protein powder to like flavor it up. You know, just start sucking the raw eggs out. You could crack them in a cup if you want, and then drink them like that if you want to be, you know, a little more proper about it. But since I'm usually on the go, I'll just open the eggs, and I keep this shit with me in the car, this carton, and then I can just, there's the storage, you know, I don't have to worry about trash. I just put it back in the carton where it was. This thing I'm going to clean out when I get to my clients, or maybe when I have time if I'm near the beach. But other than that, that's all I got to worry about. Then this raw milk, don't worry, it's not going to spoil. It's honestly just going to get better if it like comes to room temperature. So I'm going to leave this in my car, and we're good to go.